Everyone is asking the same question right now. Should I buy the Canon EOS R6 Mark II today, or should I wait for the R6 Mark III? And honestly, I get it. You are about to drop serious money on a camera body, and the last thing you want is to feel buyer's remorse 3 months later when Canon announces something better. So today, I want to break this down for you in the most honest way possible, because this decision is not just about specs on paper. It is about your actual needs, your budget, and what Canon is really planning behind closed doors. Before we dive deep into the leaks and rumors, if you want to stay ahead of the latest camera announcements, top 10 breakdowns, and insider rumors that most people miss, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell. Because you do not want to miss what is coming next in the camera world, especially with all the surprises Canon has been cooking up lately. Let me start by talking about what you can actually buy right now. The Canon EOS R6 Mark II launched at around $2,499, and it has been a solid workhorse for thousands of photographers. You are getting a 24.2 megapixel full-frame sensor. Now I know what you were thinking, 24 megapixels in 2025? But here is the thing. For weddings, events, sports, and wildlife, this resolution keeps your file sizes manageable and your burst rates crazy fast. But the Mark III's sensor? Canon is making a move that is going to solve one of the biggest complaints people have with the current model, and I will break that down when we get to the rumors. Speaking of speed, the R6 Mark II delivers 40 frames per second with the electronic shutter. If you are shooting a bride walking down the aisle or a soccer player mid-kick, you are not missing anything. The autofocus is phenomenal too. Canon's deep learning can track people, animals, and vehicles with scary accuracy. I have personally used it for bird photography, and the eye detection works even on tiny birds in flight. Now, the R6 Mark II autofocus is incredible, but the Mark III is rumored to have processing power that will take AI tracking to a completely different level. Keep watching, because what Canon is planning with dual processors might just blow your mind. Now video. The R6 Mark II gives you 6K at 60 frames per second, oversampled from the full sensor, 4K at 120 frames per second for slow motion, and C-Log 3 for color grading. It is a solid video camera. But here is where things get interesting. The Mark III video specs that just leaked? We are talking about raw recording capabilities that could compete with cinema cameras. I will break down those exact specs when we dive into the rumors section, but trust me, if you are serious about video, you need to hear this before making any decision. But the R6 Mark II is not perfect. Rolling shutter in electronic shutter mode can be an issue if you pan quickly. And that 24 megapixel sensor means less cropping flexibility, especially for wildlife shooters who need to crop heavily. This is exactly where the R6 Mark III could change everything. And honestly, the sensor upgrade everyone is talking about addresses this exact problem. So if you buy the R6 Mark II today, you get a proven camera that professionals are using successfully right now. But should you wait? Because what I'm about to tell you about the Mark III might completely change your mind. Plus, there is something happening behind the scenes at Canon that very few people know about. Selected photographers are already testing the Mark III in the real world. Yes, right now. Let me explain what that means for the release date. Alright, here is where things get really exciting. The Canon EOS R6 Mark III leaks have been heating up, and I am getting information from sources that have been dead accurate in the past. So let me walk you through what we know and why it matters. First, the sensor. Approximately 30.3 megapixels. Now, before you say that is not a huge jump, listen to why this is perfect. You get enough resolution for serious cropping and detailed landscape work, but you are not going so high that you sacrifice low light performance or burst speed. This is the sweet spot. Wildlife shooters who complained about the Mark II's cropping limitations? This solves that problem. Now here is where Canon just went absolutely wild with this camera. Dual Digic 10 processors with a Digic accelerator. This is not just an upgrade, this is a complete reimagining of how fast a camera can think. We have seen what a single Digic 10 can do in the R5 and R3, but two of them plus an accelerator means insane processing speed next-level autofocus tracking, and computational photography features Canon has not even announced yet. And here is something Canon probably does not want us talking about yet. That kind of processing power opens the door for AI subject recognition that learns your shooting style. Imagine a camera that gets smarter the more you use it. The rear LCD is getting a 3.2-inch vari-angle touchscreen with a new tilt and flip mechanism. If you have ever struggled with awkward screen positions for low angles or overhead shots, you know why this matters. Now let us talk video, because this is where the R6 Mark III is going to absolutely blow people away. 6K RAW recording at 60 frames per second. RAW video means maximum flexibility in post. You can push colors, recover highlights and shadows, and basically have cinema camera level control at 60 frames per second. 4K at 120 frames per second is still there, but now with both C-Log2 and C-Log3. This gives you even more dynamic range and grading options than before. And here is the real twist that could change everything. According to my sources close to Canon, field testing of R6 Mark III prototypes is already complete. The camera is now in the hands of selected content creators for first impressions. I cannot name names, but early feedback suggests professionals are seriously impressed by its versatility and performance. That means this is not vaporware. Real photographers are shooting with it right now, and Canon is confident enough to let them. So when can you actually buy this thing? Based on what I am hearing, the EOS R6 Mark III could arrive in the first quarter of 2026, possibly before the CP Plus trade show in February. Now that might sound far away, but think about it. We are already heading into late 2025, so you are looking at maybe 4 or 5 months of waiting. Here is where your decision gets complicated. If you need a camera now for paid work, waiting 4 months could mean missing gigs and losing money. But if your current gear is holding up and you can wait, you might get a significantly better camera that serves you for the next 5 years. Now let us talk money, because this is the part that might shock you. The R6 Mark II launched at $2,499. The Mark III is expected to land between $2,800 and $3,000 for the body only. Some insiders think Canon will keep it under $3,000 to compete with Sony and Nikon. Others believe it might push higher given the sensor and video upgrades. Here is my take. If Canon prices it at $2,800, that is a $300 jump. Reasonable for what you are getting. But if it pushes over $3,000, you start wondering if you should just save more and go for an R5 Mark II or look at competitors. But wait, before you make any decision, listen to this smart move. When the R6 Mark III launches, the R6 Mark II price will drop hard. We could see it fall to around $2,000 or even $1,900 as retailers clear inventory. So if you decide on the current model, you might grab it at a serious discount once the new one is announced. Alright, this is the moment of truth. Should you buy the Canon EOS R6 Mark II now, or wait for the R6 Mark III? I am going to give you my honest opinion based on different shooting scenarios. If you are shooting weddings in low light, the R6 Mark II is already a beast. Clean files at high ISOs, flawless autofocus in dim reception halls. The R6 Mark III will probably be just as good, maybe slightly better with that dual processor, but not night and day different. If you have a wedding season starting soon, do not wait. Buy the R6 Mark II now and start making money with it. If you are a content creator focused on video, waiting might make sense. That 6K RAW at 60 frames per second is huge. If you are delivering high-end commercial work or YouTube content where image quality matters, the R6 Mark III could be worth the wait. But if you are just shooting talking head videos or social media content, the R6 Mark II is already more than enough. If you are a wildlife or sports photographer, think about this. The R6 Mark II gives you 40 frames per second and incredible autofocus. The R6 Mark III will likely have similar burst rates but with better AI tracking and 6 extra megapixels for cropping. If you can wait, the R6 Mark III is probably the smarter long-term investment for wildlife work. If budget is tight, here is a strategy. Wait until the R6 Mark III announcement and grab the R6 Mark II at a discounted price. You will save money and still get a phenomenal camera that will last years. Plenty of professionals are still shooting with the original R6 from 2020. These cameras have long lifespans. At the end of the day, both cameras are going to be fantastic. The R6 Mark II is proven and reliable today. The R6 Mark III is shaping up to be more powerful with better video, more resolution, and smarter autofocus. Your decision comes down to timing, budget, and what you need right now. If you need a camera today and have work to do, buy the R6 Mark II. Do not let perfect be the enemy of good. If you can wait and want the latest tech, hold off for the R6 Mark III. Just be prepared for that higher price tag. And if you really want to know the top 10 rumored cameras coming in 2026, you need to watch this video next. I break down everything from Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm, and more. Trust me, some of these announcements are going to blow your mind. I will see you in the next one.